Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm here. It looks like somebody's getting a dog. Who's that? Hadassah, is that you getting a dog? Um, I'm looking back. Oh, you guys are already talking too much. I can't catch up. Okay. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to morning cartooning. If you're new, if you're old, um, if you've never been here, or if this is your first time, or if you are one of my people that have been here from the start, can you guys give me an emoji? Your favorite emoji to use recently? If you've been here from episode one, that doesn't. You could have missed one in between, but if you've been here from episode one, let me know in the comments. Today we're doing student character draw, which is a new thing that we haven't tried yet. Where I'm going to draw your guys' characters, and it's going to be awesome. So let's try to do that. Um, Here we go. And so when I like to start a class, I like to do our morning game plan. And so that's kind of like what we are going to do for the entire class. So we start off with our good morning greeting. Then we're going to do up top right there our art review. We're going to do our quote of the day. And our art review is where we review everybody's art. Nobody's getting a dog. Aw. We're going to do our art review, which is where we review the art that we did last episode. Then we're going to do our quote of the day, which is a quote from an artist that'll inspire us to do some awesome drawings today. Then we're going to do some morning mindfulness, which is getting us in the right mindset based off of that quote. Then I have two different drawing sections of the class, and I mark them both with an emoji. Your favorite emoji if you've been watching from the first episode, or just put any emoji and put what episode you started on. So if you started watching when I was doing episode number 2, then put number 2 next to your emoji too. How about that? If then after we do our first drawing section, then we take a karate break, and then after that we do another drawing section. So today's emojis are thumbs up, thumbs down, and then stopwatch. Then we do our morning mail, which is when I read off a letter that somebody has sent to me with some of their artwork that doesn't have anything to do with really anything that we were drawing in particular, or it could, either way. But maybe I missed it the week before because it was sent in like too late after for me to get it. And then we do our challenge of the day, which is where I give you guys a challenge to do when we end the live stream. You start on the first one. That's awesome. And then I say our goodbyes. So, there we go. Our art review. You guys requested to see what I was drawing. So last episode, after we finished, I drew one of the characters from Dark Crystal as she was looking at me holding Slider. So you could see Slider right here, and he's got like a magic wand, and he's got like a wig, because I saw some of the turtles in Dark Crystal have hair, so I thought that was funny. I also morphed my face so it looked a little bit more like one of the elves, I think that they're called, or something, in Dark Crystal. Let me know what you guys think. And then the little guy with the pink hat and the wings, or the feathers coming out of his head, he is the character that we created last week together. So let me know what you guys think of his picture. Yeah, what do you think? Is this the next thumbnail? I think so. Now for this art review, this is not what we did last week, but this is what we're going to do this week because I wanted to just let everybody see and get an idea of who's who. So Hadassah, you did this really great character, who I believe is for your story, and we're going to be redrawing her today. Damien also did a character. Damien, I would love to hear more about this character. It looks like he's made up of like gears and netting and like wood. It looks very like steampunky. Thanks, guys. And then Zoe, this is your character, your famous character, and I think that's the one we're going to start with. Or they're Gelflings. Thank you, Isabella. Your favorite emoji is the wolf. Ooh, that's a cool one. Awesome. Yeah, everybody did such a great job. If you guys want to submit your artwork to me, shoot it to my email at noafontana@gmail.com or Instagram at teacher.noah to be featured on the next episode. And you can also use the hashtags too, and I'll see it that way. But definitely if you tag me in it, I will 100% see it right away. Awesome job, guys. I'm just catching up on the chat. Our quote of the day, actually, since today we are doing all student work and redrawing student work, Our quote of the day comes from one of my star students who's been here from episode 1, Zoe. Um, and Zoe's a 13-year-old girl who lives in California. She's been drawing since the age of 5 and every day wants to improve her art skills. Zoe also loves to write and tell stories. And by how much I've seen that you posted, Isabella, yes, I did get it. I just didn't include it in that group, but we were going to be drawing it, okay? Don't even worry. Yes. Zoe's been posting a lot of really great work, and always down to try like new styles that we've been doing in the class. And Zoe's quote for today. Also, Zoe, I love this watercolor that you did right up there of the dragon. Really cool. Really like this style. But yes, as long as you can draw, as long as you can put pencil to paper, you can draw. And that was Zoe's quote. And I love that quote. And we're going to talk about it in a second for our morning mindfulness. So as you take a moment to breathe, close your eyes and think about a time you hit a mental block. Don't forget to drink some water, guys. It's hot out. I'm not going to lie. If I pass out in my onesie today because it's so hot, just don't worry about me. I'll come back up in a second, I'm sure. But we're going to try to not let that happen. Next episode, we'll see, though. I might not wear a onesie. We might just have to change it up because it is hot. Okay, so as we take a moment to breathe, good, okay. Think about a time when you hit a mental block, where you didn't feel like you can draw, you felt like you kind of like lost your talents and everything you drew didn't look good, and or if you were just scared to draw at all, and you were just kind of nervous to start a new picture, and that blank canvas was kind of intimidating. I'm so jealous of your brain. Zoe makes a very astute observation saying that even though a blank canvas can be intimidating, all you really need to do to start is take one little step. So many things in life are like that. We put them off for days, weeks, months, because the task seems insurmountable. But if we can just take that first little baby step, it will be like a snowball, and then it'll start rolling, and we'll be able to gain momentum. So as we move on to the next portion of class, I invite you to not let fear of making mistakes or the unknown scare you from drawing. So let's put pencil to paper and draw. Okay. Now, oops, there we go. Now we're going to start by reworking and design. So our first one today is going to be Arlen. This is Zoe's character. And so let's see what we put. Now, Zoe, for everybody's characters that everybody submitted, do you guys want me to just redraw it in my style, or help you like rework it in your style? Because we can do either one. For this one, since I know that this is a character that Zoe's going to continue to be working on, I think it would be kind of cool for me to help you kind of add elements to your character that you might like. Okay? So I pulled up a lot of different references, because references are key, and these might help us. So I looked up like the Katniss Everdeen boot. Let's see, do we like these? Let's start with this. We'll just drag it right in there. Perfect. I think we should do both. Okay. If we have time. We might not be able to do everybody's characters then if we're going to do both. Okay, cool. And I looked up like a satchel for her. I realized like after I sent that out, I didn't specify like exactly how we're going to be drawing. And I looked up some red hair so that we can do an example. I don't know who this is, but it looks like she's just a random redhead for an article. Oops, there we go. But I feel like her hair kind of is similar to her character's hair. So let's use that for reference. Okay. Drawing your style and give us tips along the way. Okay. Um, yes, but those tips because you guys are so funny. Okay. Um, yeah. So let me know. Like, I'm gonna try to talk as I draw. It doesn't always work out that way, but when I draw, it always helps me at least to just inspire you to um, to come up with the different ideas, and it gives an element of realism to your drawings. Good morning, Mo. Um, and um, it really helps. Um, Also, just you draw so that you're not making everything up from your mind, but you can actually learn a lot about different things too, which is what I particularly like about animation and drawing, coming up with new characters, is that I get to dive deep into this character's world and this lifestyle. And so, um, I'm not, I don't have long red hair. I don't usually wear boots like this. But being able to draw a character like this, I get to like research all these different things that I would never have known anything about. And a lot of the times you can learn a lot of like really interesting facts. And I know think I've told you guys uh, uh, that Pixar does that a lot too. That they dive really deep into the things. So if they're doing a movie about Tarzan, they're going to go to the jungle and they're going to see the apes. If they're going to do Finding Nemo, they're all going to get scuba diving lessons and learn how to scuba dive. So it's really cool, and I highly suggest like as much as you can research. That's such a fun part of, um, of drawing. Is actually the learning element of it. So let's see. So right now I'm just changing the face shape a little bit. Um, Sorry, tell me more about this character in the comments. I know you've sent me a little bit of a bio, and you guys all sent me a little bit of bio of your characters, but I'd like to hear from you so that everybody else can kind of listen in and get a feel for your character too while we draw her. Oh, that's cool, jam bread, nice. So I'm just a couple changes that I'm making already. I'm just putting some of her hair in front of her, just to give it a little bit more dimension. You might want to add that. And again, these are just suggestions. I'm not saying this is like the right way to do it. I don't think there's ever really a right way. Um, your expression is pretty spot on. I don't think I'm going to change too much about it. Mm. She's very kind, very loyal. Friends her family, she's afraid to stand up for what she thinks is right and kind of honest. Very nice. Um, so, so if you guys follow Zoe on Instagram, you'll see that she's been doing a lot of really cool character design challenges. Just to, I guess, stay loose, or just because it's fun too. Um, where people have been asking you guys questions about your characters, and then also about new characters that you're coming up with on the spot. Let's give her. And honesty is kind of impulsive. Okay, so maybe. Hmm. So is her impulsivity? Is that a word? Who knows? Maybe. Is her impulsivity that she cut her bangs like that on her own, and that's why her hair is shorter like that? Also, I feel like we can add a little bit more character to her pose because I don't get the feeling. I don't. Our sunsets. I see all those elements really well, like except for I don't see the impulsiveness as much, and I feel like we need to give her a little bit more of a little spunk. I would do that. Um, this is called a contrapposto pose. Contrappostal, I think. She probably cut her own hair. Yeah, I agree. Um, and this is creating contrast in your character. So what you do with your hips and the shoulders is it gives a little bit more element um, to your character. And it's angling the hips and the shoulders differently. Um, gives a little bit more interest, intrigue. That's why you see a lot of sculptures back in like when Michelangelo was like the Da Vinci, while those guys were all doing sculpting and stuff. They would have the character. Let me see if I could show you my purse. Well, you can't really see the rest of my body, but they'd have that one elbow up, and then they have the hips the other way, and they just kind of stand like this to the side. Just be standing straight like this is kind of like crazy, but they're just like a mannequin. So they try to give. I mean, now mannequins have that pose. So she's really mad. She's only like that. She was really mad or feeling. Oh, gotcha. Interesting. Okay. So these boots are cool. I like them with that point. Very nice. There we go. All right. And if you guys have any suggestions while we're watching, let me know. And also, if you guys want to draw Zoe's character, that would be cool too. She's only 13. Okay, gotcha. I feel like maybe I'm making her, the legs are a little too long too. But So your proportions are really good, Zoe, as I'm drawing this. And what I would say for your character is to um, play around with different poses and be loose. And I know that this is just like a standard pose for her, but I think it's called like silhouettes. And if you look up silhouettes for different characters, you can see a lot about the character just from their silhouette. A silhouette is if we just like colored in the entire character black, and would you be able to tell who she is or anything about her from her silhouette? Or does it look just like a generic person just standing still, and do all of your characters have the same silhouette? Because you want their silhouettes to be just as iconic as they are. Um, and so that's what I'm trying to do right now is just give her a little bit more of a silhouette that's sparks some interest. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of sass. Just a little bit of character. The characters don't have to be extreme, but they definitely you want to know pretty quickly why you're watching them. Like why are you reading a story about these characters? Um, that's why when you see a movie now, if you see an animated movie, um, the introduction to each character is very important because that sets your tone. That's your first interaction with that character. It's like I'm totally blanking on the term now. Um, it's your first impression. There we go. Um, and the first impression is really important, especially in movies, because you want to capture people's attention really quickly. So, what scene is the best scene to show your character's personality and to show what they're all about, all in one scene? In real life, that doesn't really happen, but that's why we don't just watch real life happen. When you watch like a TV show, the first thing that a character says is like iconic to them. Um, so, what is the first thing that we see Arlen doing? Um, and then what? How is that like iconic to who she is? Let's see. We can also have her like up like this, which might be kind of cool. What do you think, Zoe? Exactly. Yeah. That's why you need to do it so fast. I'm kind of feeling the rock. Okay, we're gonna pause on this one. We're gonna move to another character, and we're gonna finish her later. I think we're only gonna get to one character from each. Um, we might have to make this a part two for Thursday to do the coloring too, or we can try to finish it all today in this hour. But I want to get to at least everybody's character. So, next character. This is Isabella's character. Um, Isabella, tell us a little bit about your character. I believe I don't think you sent me her name. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mm, ooh, that's kind of cool. Definitely using this as a reference. And then what is her name is Dolphin. Okay. Just a dolphin or Dolphine? Um, and what is she? Is she part cat? Is that what that is? Um, she looks like she's an activist. Um, she looks pretty happy. She always puts the environment and her friends first. You know, it's a very bubbly personality. It's very productive and can and will fight anyone who's disrespecting others, animals, or the environment. I think that we want to see that side of her. Um, like I think the flowers and the eyelashes um, and the colors make her give off that sweetness, and even the necklace. And I think looks like yeah, sort for sure. But I think we want to see if we would introduce her to a character, we'd want to see her as an activist and see because that's also something that people can connect with a lot more than just being sweet. I think we all hope that we're like nice people, but she's a wolf and Australian Shepherd. Okay, gotcha. Um, but we want to see like her passion. I think that's when we really connect with people, and this is why I like art so much too, and character designs. And this is why I was in character designs for a while, was because you get to really figure out what makes a character appealing and interesting. And I think for most of us, we connect with other people when we are both really passionate about something. You know, like if it's like a TV show or if it's like a social cause. That's how we really we bond because we're like, oh, I feel that passion just like you feel that passion. Um, and so let's try that out. Okay. Let's try if we can get some of that passion that she has. Um, a wolf Australian Shepherd. Okay. Do we want? How much do you want me to mess around with the head shape? Because I think the head shape could look more wolfish in Australian Shepherd, but I also see that it's very stylized drawing, so I don't want to mess around with that too much if that's not um, what you're looking for. She yells at everyone who dares to throw trash on the beach. Oh, that's good. I personally love drawing hair, so I'm gonna go all out on your hair and like give it a lot of like flow to it too. Oh no. And if you guys have any comments or critiques or suggestions, you can definitely throw it in. That's what you'll end up doing if you guys go to art school. Is that you'll hang up all of your artwork each week on the wall, or every other like other week, and you'll hang it up on the wall, and you get to the professor critiques your work and where you're going, and like kind of helps you give you direction. But then he also lets everybody else have a chance to speak, and you can say what you like or what you think could be better. The only real rule in a good critique is that you can give compliments. That's nice. If there's something that you really like about the art, because then that helps the artist know that they should keep on doing like similar things like that because it works. And then if you're going to say something negative about the drawing, say it in the form of constructive criticism. So that way, it's not just like, oh, I don't like this one element. You can say, I think, for example, like, I think the hair would look better if you did this or added this element to it. And then that way it's something that is helpful. Change it. I'm just more familiar with drawing wolves inside you. Okay, gotcha. And you said that she was a wolf Australian Shepherd. Okay. Well, for right now, I think I kind of like the shape. It's working pretty well. So let's leave it for that. Um, I'm going to flatten her ears though, just because um, she's mad, and that's what happens with animals when they get angry. Let's see. Just making sure nobody's emailing me too with some comments. I know sometimes Colin does that. Okay. I wonder if the longer muzzle will make it look more like a wolf. Ooh, I love that you guys all kind of like draw wolves and like stuff like that too. Let's try that. Let's try the longer muzzle. Don't worry, I'm not done yet. I might need to pull up a reference for this so that I get my wolf right, because I don't draw nearly as many wolves as you guys do. I mean, I feel like it does look more wolf-like. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly though. Maybe we figure out this part of the mouth first. Okay, let me look up a wolf. Actually, let's do us. Thank goodness for autocorrect. Oh, right, I remember when you do this. Okay, it's... Guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm sweating through this onesie right now. Let's see. These are cute too. Alright, what do you guys think about this? I feel like I'm just making it look weirder and ruining the design. And maybe that's what we're going for. Again, not being worried about making a mistake or making it look weird. We're just going to keep on exploring and see what we can do. I just made our eyes really far apart now. Well, this eye is too far apart. Let's try... I know, I was actually looking them up online, like a t-shirt onesie. Um, they actually have those. Hmm. I might need your guys' help with this, your guys' like expert help with these. Can you guys... I think we will continue this next week. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to continue so that we can do like fully finish your characters? Yeah? Okay. I like that idea too. Okay. Anyway, let's pause that for right there. We'll let her face, we'll sit on the face for a little bit and just let it like, let's see how it looks when we come back to it. Um, trying to think, let's see. Just looking for a good pose right now for a protester. Um, okay. Oh, I am all for that. Good idea, Hadassah. Yeah, I don't know how I was going to be able to make it through karate break anyway. Usually I break a sweat when I do that. If you guys are down to skip karate break, I am totally down. I still want to get to, I think we have two other real ones. Let's see. Okay, yeah, just two other ones. So we'll do four today, and that's everybody that submitted something. So that worked. Everybody got to do one, and it's the top ones that everybody wanted to do. Um, oh, and so for Isabella, for your character, so right now you have curves, 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 and that kind of gives it almost like a uh, what's it called the Pillsbury Doughboy kind of look. Do you guys know that Pillsbury Doughboy? And normally you don't want um, the Pillsbury Doughboy as your character. So what is the thing that people do is they do you try to mirror a straight line with a curve. So for your character, so let's give this a curve, and this will be a straight line, and this can be a curve, and this could be a straight line, and that'll give it a little bit more of interest in the design character. So it's not changing too much, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's do sine curve, straight, straight. Oh, is that a clap hand? Okay, yes. All right, cool. And this and don't feel bad. Like that's like a very common mistake. That's why they have this idea that you should do the straight lines and the curves for the body parts, and even for the legs too. I like the way that you design your legs because they fit. Um, but yeah, unless you're going for that look like in Big Hero 6, where he's very like puffy and everything, normally you don't want your character to be that soft and like round. I know I said we were going to get to the face later, but I just had the idea that if the face is more wolfish, it should be like open. Um, okay. Very cool. I like this leg design. Oh yeah, so you kind of did it on this leg design too. You have a round and incline curve, like an inverted curve, which I did not do right here. So let me do that. Also, with that whole first impression thing, if your character, if they are not that way and they're not super, they don't have like you can have a character. What I'm trying to say is, you can have your character come in and make a big splash with their personality, but they don't always have to be like angry or screaming or anything like that. It just seemed like that's what worked for your characters, that they were both very passionate about things. But I'm thinking about that the mom in Monsters University, where she's just very like warm and round and fuzzy, not fuzzy, but like soft. And her first impression isn't that she's like very loud or aggressive, but it's that she's very like sweet and charming, um, or not charming, but sweet and caring. And so that's the element that they really hit you over the head with, for her introduction. Um, so if your character is very like sweet and nice, and that's their like main defining quality, then that's what you would want to pump up more, and you'd want that to show in their pose too. So it's just a matter of what you're going for with your character. And I think this character's back should be arched, because that's what happens when like dogs and cats get angry. And so I think that even little small element will help us, help your character read more as like aggressive, or like on the offensive. Like, yes. I don't know if I would say that you're. I feel like you're more like the Tasmanian devil, or like, yeah. Um, I wouldn't say that you come in very quietly, at least, in a good way. All right. And we'll have to think of obviously something to put in here. And that's what's really fun as artists, is that you can put like when they have signs and posters, especially um, for like things like Andy's room in Toy Story. All the artists get to design the backgrounds, and like on the bulletin board. All right, Damien, time for you. Is Damien, are you able to chat right now? I haven't seen your comments at all. So it'll be kind of hard for me to edit your character if I don't hear from you, but let me know. Or actually, Hadassah, let me know if Damien's around. In the meantime, though, since I know Hadassah's here, let me start with Hadassah's character. Okay, awesome. I feel like with yours, it's going to be just like little tweaks. There's not much. Oh, this Damien, you are here. Okay, gotcha. All right, Damien, we're going to do yours right after Hadassah's then. Are you both using the same account then? Start with Damien's. Wait, now I'm confused. Who's Hadassah and who's Damien? We could totally do that. Okay. Damien, okay, where... Okay. So I think with yours, you have a lot of really great detail, but we lose it a little bit in the color, and a little bit in like the design. But I like the details, so I want to definitely keep all the details. But let's see if we can highlight those a little bit more. Damien's the only one chatting right now. Okay, gotcha. And also, it's always good to do a 3/4 pose. So I think that'll actually really help with yours too. So profile is like side. 3/4 pose is kind of like this. That's what I'm doing. And then straight on would just be like that. That's like portrait. So you want to do a 3/4 pose, and his name is Claw, right? And that'll give your character a lot more dimension, which I think will be good for your character since he looks pretty robotic, and that'll be fun. All right, tell us about Claw, Damien. What is that thing under the eye? I'm assuming that's the eye. Oh wait, no, you have it going the other way. Like this. There we go. All right, give me anything else you can think of for your character that might be useful. Personality traits. I think it'd be kind of cool. Seems like your character is like trying to shoot something out of its hand. I think that'd be kind of cool to have the other hand kind of hold it almost like a gun like that. What do we think about this? Let me know. I think actually we want to change the angle of the head shape, but this is what it's going to be doing. He loves sunsets. He's caring and loving and loves to take long walks on the beach. My character's name is Claw. He's quiet and shy. Wait. What? I feel like we're not talking about the same character here. Okay, Damien, this guy, he's got a gun in his hand. He looks pretty angry, but now you're saying he's quiet and shy, like sunsets on the beach. Are we being for real right now, or are you just joshing with me? Because then I need to totally undo everything we just did with this character right here. He has wood legs. Okay. I'm imagining him. He's like a mix between Rocket and Groot from Avengers. I mean, from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And exactly what is he made of? If he's starting, he gets very angry. Okay, so maybe that's what we're saying. I don't see quiet and shout. Those dark colors. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Let's draw him. Maybe this would be a more interesting. We'll draw the him when he's threatened, and then we could also draw one when he's not threatened. Hadassah, what do you think about these legs? I changed up the shapes a little bit to make him look younger, having like the bigger feet, but that's yours are kind of almost look more like twigs. Let me know what you think. He's very protective. I like that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, now I'm starting to see his character a little bit more. His personality is like Groot. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, now I see it. And how old is he? I'm gonna know that. Okay, we have a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna do Hadassah's character now. Okay, and then we're gonna do them all later, next class. Hadassah, let me know what your character is like. I believe Adolphina Wilson is her name, right? Uh, she kind of reminds me of like Coraline a little bit. Oh, he's 10 years old. Thank you. That makes sense. Perfect. And the trick for when I draw eyes, I don't want Sally but to please others. She doesn't. It's like you checked it out. All right. A trick for drawing eyes is to just start with a circle. It's a little bit too big. And then we can draw the rest of the character in it, and then even add eyelashes over it. Understand who to trust doesn't quite understand who to trust and how to trust them. So she's like, I'm just fresh out into the world. Um, what does she do? I feel like she solves mysteries or something. She tries so hard. She's adventurous and curious. Good. Um, what are her passions? What's fun with these characters is you can mess around with proportions too. Like right now you have, let's see. fairly even proportions. But you could always mess around, make the eyes up there, make the nose there, make the eyes low and the nose low. You know, it's an easy way to like mess around with the proportions for your character. So if you're not sure, or if you feel like stuck with the character, see those animals. She's working with someone else to try and destroy the darkness that is coming to get the world, but the person that she's working with is the darkness she doesn't know. Ooh. Sometimes she tries too hard, she avenges her face. Interesting. Okay, gotcha. Maybe she gets some wind blowing in her hair too. Where does she come from? Is she like yearning for this adventure, or is she like, does she like really want this adventure, or is she trying to avoid it? Okay. And I feel like she reminds me of like the wind. Like she seems like, um, yeah. How old is she? Good question. Um, did I get her hair right? Does she have like the short little bangs, the short bangs like that? She's a friend of Fox, but she's considered putting in the beginning. She doesn't want this adventure, and then she realizes it's fun. She's 13. I forgot she's 13. I don't think she's going that fast. I don't think she's running. I think she's walking quickly. Glenn Keane, who animated The Little Mermaid, and like the Beast from just Beauty and the Beast, he said, and then we're going to end it on that. This here's right. Okay, great, awesome. I like this character. I think we would just change, just a tad bit more though, give it a little bit more of a twist. Yeah, we'll work on that. So Glenn Keane, he used to tell people that he would, what would he do? That he would love to animate walk cycles of people because he felt like that you can tell so much about a person by how they walk. So the next time you guys are outside, or you're like window watching people or around a lot of people, watch how they walk and see how every person has a very unique walk to them, and you can kind of tell if they're in a bad mood, if they're in a good mood. You can kind of tell if you could tell a little bit about their history, if they're walking with like a limp, or if they're walking like taking short steps, or if they're just kind of like meandering. You can tell a lot about a person just from how they walk, and Glenn Keane thought it would be really cool to show that in some way, like maybe in like a city or something, like just show a scene of just things happening and like drama happening, but just from one angle where you just see people walking back and forth. Um, um, yeah, so keep that in mind with your characters too, and see like that's why people create walk cycles because um, each character should walk differently, and it should be based on their character. And you can even look that up on YouTube. Like look up like animation walk cycles for whatever movie, and you should be able to find it. Our letter of the day, our morning mail, is from Damien. Hey, Damien. Okay, so he says, hello. I've learned a lot from you, and I've made drawings like this out of what I learned. Thank you. I hope you're having a great summer. Here's my drawing. Damien, thank you for submitting that. I am having a great summer, but oh my goodness, it is so hot in this onesie right now. Let's see your character. Big. There we go. And this is one that we were just drawing. I'm excited to get more into it. I can't even tell what the antenna, like the brushes that you use. It looks like you used a lot of like really cool scratchy brushes. So I'm excited to hear more about this character on Thursday. Our challenge of the day is try drawing a friend's character in your style. So I was just showing you how to draw it kind of in my style. Yeah, so I would love to see you guys send me in some drawings of all the characters that we saw today, but in your style. And we are going to, so you just, if you're new and you don't know this stuff, you can submit your drawings up there to nofontana@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on next episode. You can also thumbs up and subscribe to the video. It's cool for me to see who was here today and how many people were able to watch it. And then if you want to help support, there's a donation link below. And then what you guys want to draw next, let me know in the comments, and I will add it to the list of all the things that we're going to draw. Next week was going to be Ratatouille. Next Thursday was going to be Ratatouille, but instead I'm going to push this to next week on Tuesday. And next episode we're going to do on Thursday. We're going to just finish the coloring for your characters, and we're going to work on that. I'm going to show you how we can add a couple like different cool like shading techniques too. So I will see you guys later, and that's it. Okay, bye.